After the fall of Sheikh Hasina's government in August 2024, violence against minorities continue in Bangladesh. In the latest, the house of Hindu teacher was targeted and set ablaze. The home of teacher Birendra Kumar Dey in Sylhet was set on fire, causing fear and distress among family and the local minority community. Video of the incident has surfaced, showing the intensity and the impact of the attack. And of now, it's unclear how the house was set on fire and no one has been identified yet. This incident comes just weeks after several houses belonging to Hindu families were set on fire in Bangladesh. There is renewed concerns over the safety and security of religious minorities in the neighboring country. They have called for a thorough probe into the incident and demanded stronger measures to protect them and bring those responsible to justice. And amid the growing attacks on minorities, particularly Hindus in Bangladesh, News9 managing editor Kartikeya Sharma speaks to Suhas Chakma, the director of Rights and Risk Analysis Group. Let's listen in.
15 Taliban-style deaths in 45 days, and there is no outrage in Western media. And Prime Minister, the interim head of the government, is talking about containing a disinformation campaign against them. Is this some kind of a joke, sir?
There is involvement of the Western government in terms of sanctioning whatever is done by the Yunus government, and the Western press and the media and the national press and the media believes that Dr. Yunus has an image as a Nobel laureate and he cannot perpetrate or allow these acts to be, carried out in Bangladesh. So there is some kind of a perception in the Western media. And I think the more problematic approach is, unlike other, as I said, the governments or head of governments, he's taking it personally. And, the deaths take place in his own country. They belong to the minorities. And if there is a report in India, he says this is a disinformation campaign. And no one in the Western media in a strong way are reporting about it. So it's very unfortunate. And because it happens because they want Dr. Yunus to succeed. And if you want Dr. Yunus to succeed, then obviously all these kind of killings, etc., in a way for the time being have to be condoned. And in this entire process,
so has this comes across your report, the consistency of your organization in taking out information, archiving it and putting it across the world. It looks like a slow genocide.
Well, this genocide has been taking place for a long time. It's not only under this government. If you look at the Hindus, as I always say, the Hindu population in 1800 AD was about 1.19 crores, which increased to 1.39 crores. That's basically 20 lakhs in 225 years. And from the partition of India, we had seen how the Enemy Properties Act was enacted. All the assets of the Hindus were seized. Even when the Awami League came to power after independence, those properties were not returned because the properties were essentially at that point of time taken by the Awami League cadres. And when the BNP came to power in 2001, there was massive violence against Hindu minorities. In 2021 itself, there were massive attacks on the Hindus. And for the first time, I think we have seen in the last 50 years, since independence of Bangladesh, here is a government which actually justifies these acts of violence, but because they say these are, political violence, because they support the Awami League. So when the head of the state himself doesn't take cognizance that there is a religious angle to it, it dies there. And there is not a single government except the government of India which is willing to accept or advocate the fact that these are religious-based violence. And when India speaks up because of the presence of the former Prime Minister Hasina in India, they dismiss as a disinformation campaign. But these 15 Hindus who were killed, this is not a disinformation campaign. It's reported in their newspapers.